Across Asia, governments, markets, and citizens are reacting to the escalating US-Israel war on Iran, with concerns growing over energy security, economic disruption, and the risk of a wider regional crisis. One of the biggest concerns across the region is energy supply. Many Asian economies depend heavily on oil and gas shipments from the Middle East, particularly through the Strait of Hormuz. With shipping disruptions and attacks affecting energy infrastructure, analysts warn that Asia could face significant fuel shortages and rising energy prices in the coming weeks. Governments across the region are already preparing contingency plans as oil prices surge and supply routes remain uncertain. China, the world's largest importer of crude oil, has begun tightening fuel exports and directing major refineries to prioritize domestic supply as energy markets remain volatile. Several Asian countries are also reviewing strategic petroleum reserves and emergency supply measures to cushion the economic impact if disruptions continue. The economic impact is already being felt in financial markets across Asia. Stock markets in key regional economies have been under pressure as investors react to rising oil prices and geopolitical uncertainty. Markets in Japan, South Korea, China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan have seen sharp swings in recent sessions, particularly in sectors like aviation, manufacturing, and technology that depend heavily on global supply chains and fuel costs. At the same time, Asian leaders have been calling for de-escalation and diplomacy. China's foreign ministry has urged all parties to halt military actions and return to negotiations, warning that continued strikes risk pushing the region toward deeper instability. Beijing has emphasized the importance of respecting national sovereignty and international law while calling for restraint from all sides in the conflict. Japan has also urged dialogue, with government officials stressing that stability in the Middle East is critical for global energy security and the international nuclear nonproliferation system. Tokyo has warned that prolonged conflict could threaten shipping routes that supply the majority of Japan's oil imports. Elsewhere in Southeast Asia, leaders in countries such as Indonesia and Malaysia have also called for diplomatic solutions, warning that the war could trigger broader geopolitical instability and economic shocks across the region. Public reaction has also begun to emerge across parts of Asia. In India, protesters gathered in the city of Varanasi, where activists and civil society groups held a demonstration condemning the US and Israeli strikes on Iran and calling for an end to military escalation in the Middle East. The protests reflect broader anxiety across the region, where the war is seen not only as a Middle Eastern conflict but as a crisis that could directly affect Asian economies, energy security, and regional stability. So across Asia today, the response has taken several forms: governments preparing for a potential energy shock, markets reacting to geopolitical risk, and public protests emerging in some cities as the war between the US-Israel alliance and Iran continues to reshape global politics. And with much of Asia heavily dependent on Middle Eastern energy supplies, the region may remain one of the most economically exposed as the conflict continues.